Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I'm aching to see you again, mistaken. Beginning inside of the end, I'm begging. Eating from the palm of your hand, I'm amazing. To call you my friend, is there something wrong with that? My mind can't understand, it's stupid. I do it all over again, I'm begging. Eating from the palm of your hand, amazing. Just to call you my friend.
You're listening to Hand Habits Live on KEXP.
This one's for everybody who likes to dance in their car. If you're listening in your car or on the internet, bust a move. In the belly of the museum, past the halls of men in power, technological advances spanning millennia of knowledge. Her face and neck and shoulders seem to hover like a tower on a pedestal of marble as you stood there for an hour. Weeping at the symbols in his cold upon the tile. Our golden disc of sunlight seemed to circle you entirely. And so you asked the question, why is she in Germany? The Bust of Nefertiti, the Bust of Nefertiti, the Bust of residing in her chamber like a wise Egyptian deity. No wonder she's so famous, as she radiates divinity. And in the diary of the excavator declared she must be seen, that no photograph could replicate. Gasping for air, I think you agree. As you weep before the symbols, your knees cold upon the tile, how a golden disc of sunlight seemed to circle you entirely. And so you ask the question once more, why is she in Germany? The Bust of Nefertiti, 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 the Bust of
That one did have me dancing. You're listening to Hand Habits live on KEXP, songs from the new album Sugar the Bruise.
You talking in your sleep again. I try to get it all down. What a sad illustration of who you are. Well, I guess I never figured you out. Morning, talking to your mother, only moments after making me come. our love. But this is your private life. I don't belong here. This is your private life. I didn't belong there. You, the one who loves so fearlessly, watch you burn up in the summer glow. I was on your roof sweeping your gutters clean, always admiring you above and below. Now I don't know what to make of this, as we both pour the pain into the song. I heard it said love was a losing game, always prayed for them to be wrong, so wrong. But this is your private life. I don't belong here. This is your private life. I didn't belong there. This is your private life. I don't belong here. This is your private life. I wish I belonged there.
So beautiful. You're listening to Hand Habits live on KEXP.
This is a real old one. It's from the first record. And you know, I didn't play songs from this record for a long time because I couldn't sing them anymore. My voice changed. And then I had this grand vision. Just played in a different key.
Doesn't have to sound exactly the same.
No, and you know, it shouldn't, in my opinion.
The songs grow just like we do.
It's true, yeah. I know. I'm sure you see that a lot here.
We do. It helps keep them alive for you.
Yeah, totally.
When when I hold you like a flower, I hold you like an hourglass. I hold you like you're the only thing I need. The fear seeps into dreaming, twisting circles round in my head. It's harder to believe in all of those awful things they said I did. But when I see the dust is falling, I don't want no one else. Oh, it's better to believe in something bigger than ourselves. I'd sing it to you softly. I know you're terrified. And when I hold you like a flower, you like an hourglass. I hold you like you're the only thing I need. When I hold you like a flower, I don't care how the hours pass. I hold you like you're the only thing I need. When I hold you like you're the only thing I am. When I hold you like you're the only thing I am. When I hold you like you're the only thing I am. When I hold you like you're the only thing I am.
It was so wonderful to hear that song. Flower Glass comes from Wildly Idle, Humble Before the Void. Thank you for playing that today.
Yeah, thank you for having us here, as always.
And Meg, your voice sounded beautiful on that, and it was wonderful to hear Gregory and Tim backing you up with beautiful vocals. And it's so great to see our good friend Alan here. We're just so happy to have all of you here today. Thank you for bringing this beautiful brand new record, Sugar the Bruise, here today. Meg, I read that this album was inspired by a month-long songwriting class that you taught a couple of years ago, and you said you discovered a newfound clarity and appreciation of collaboration and embracing the unknown while teaching that. Can you tell me more about this experience and why it was so instrumental in the creation of this collection of songs?
Yeah, definitely. So the school is called School of Song, which our a friend Stephen and Blue created, and I think it started during the pandemic, but they came to me, and a lot of really great songwriters have taught it. Luke Temple, Lamelda, Elle Kempner from Pale Hound, just to name a few. And I was really terrified when they asked me to teach it. I was like, I don't know how to write songs. I barely identify as a songwriter. And they were both like, what? Like, yeah, you have records. and during that process, we really took apart during the preparation, we took apart what the process of my songwriting has been in a form that I could relay it back to somebody and give them prompts. And it was just amazing. I never thought I would get that close to how writing happens for me, and it's not always the same, and I didn't really want to get that close to it, but in the wake of it, like seeing all of these songwriters who, some of them didn't even play music really before that or had never written a song, just write all these amazing songs based off of the way that I sort of go about doing it, and collaboration is one of them, and I mean, this band right here is a testament to that too. Like, we all play in each other's bands, and I really have felt the benefits of that too, and just like sort of lifting each other up, and also improvisation, like you said before we played the last song. Like, songs grow in the way that we do, and it was fun to just remember that, you know, a song can be presented so many different ways. And so going into Sugar the Bruise, I was sort of on the wake of all of that philosophy, and went into the studio with no songs living in my body in the way that I usually do. And all of them except for Private Life were written in the studio with my friend Luke Temple.
Wow, this was a really collaborative effort, and I love that you worked with Luke. I remember discovering him back in 2005 with Hold 'Em At for a Gasoline World, and became a huge fan right at the beginning, and I just loved seeing that you were working with him on this. Talk about some of the other people. I know Sasami, your dear friend, also, but a long list of people.
Well, yeah, Sasami sang a couple things on that record, and she was there. Tim played drums on, I think, almost every song except for Private Life, which is one without drums. Jeremy Harris, who doesn't really have an online presence, but him and Luke and I did the little sub pop EP that I did, little Seattle local. Andrew McGuire played drums. My friend, do you know James John Henry?
No.
He's a great songwriter. His name is Pete. I'm blanking on his last name. Sorry, Pete. I just know you as Pete. But he helped me finish Right, Private Life, and yeah, the list goes on. And I really feel like every record is like that. But to me, this one just felt like more of a collective effort, because I wasn't like going into the studio with such a vision. I wanted to go in with no expectation, really.
I love how many talented friends that you have around you down in Los Angeles. Of course, you live with Kyle of King Tough and Sasami. You were all living together during the pandemic, and it just seems like this creative burst of energy around you all the time, whether you're actively working on an album or not.
Yeah, I feel so grateful to live there and just like be surrounded by people they're always blowing my mind. I mean, like, yeah. Like, Greg's been opening up on this tour, and every night watching your set, Greg, I'm just like, what the hell is happening? This is so good. And I am addicted to feeling inspired, and I think that LA is a really good place for that.
I feel on Sugar the Bruise, I hear these themes of creation and destruction throughout the whole record. You're able to process loss and grief through your songwriting in just such a beautiful and elegant way. And you also let the music speak for itself. It's just very powerful. How do you channel these different swirling emotions into a concise piece of music? Are you even cognizant of how you're able to do that?
No, not really. And to be honest, thank you for listening closely, but to be honest, during the songwriting course when I was teaching, that would be the one thing that I would come up against on how to relay is there's words and there's explanation and there's, like, you know, the psychology and philosophy and method, and then there's just being inside of a song, which is its own feeling. And I think obviously that's why art exists, right? Like, so we can live in the feeling of something and really identify when you can't just whittle it down to words, when words fail, and I don't know how I do that really, and I don't think I'm supposed to know, you know, at the end of the day.
Well, you said just a moment ago, and I've actually heard you say in interviews before, that you didn't really identify as a songwriter per se, and now after teaching this class and the process of writing this record, which is new and different for you, how do you feel as a songwriter now?
Well, always having an identity crisis of some sort. Thankfully, right now, I feel like a songwriter today. Like, today I do. But I'm sure that when I go to make the next record, I will definitely not feel like a songwriter. And I think that that's actually an integral part of the process. I'm starting to learn, is the doubt is part of it. And the misbelief in myself sometimes is equally as important. Maybe not equally as important, but partially as important as really believing in myself, because it keeps me really humble, and also it makes me like zoom out and see like how to take it all apart and do it again, if that makes sense.
Well, you seem to enter each new record with a new creative open heart. You said that you wanted to do something different than you did on Funhouse on this one, and you did. So I guess if you just keep creatively inspired and surrounding yourself with all that great inspiration, it's exciting to think of what will come next for you.
Yeah, we'll see. I have no idea.
Well, thank you so much for bringing these beautiful songs to our KEXP listeners today and these wonderful musicians. We always love to see you.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's great to be here. Great to see you too, Cheryl.
Oh, always so great to see you. I love our long history together. Keep coming in, and with all the other wonderful bands that you surround yourself with. We always love to have all of you here. We're live in the KEXP studios with Hand Habits, the new record Sugar the Bruise, out on Fat Possum Records. Thanks to all of our wonderful listeners for making incredible sessions like this possible. You can make a gift anytime at KEXP.org. We are listener powered. That means you make all of these sessions possible. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get notification every time a new video launches. Once again, a big thank you to Hand Habits.
Thank you.
We're live on KEXP Seattle.
Discover great music at KEXP.org.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?